It is gymnastics month at Pure Strength and Movement, and my favorite thing with gymnastics is the Parallette. I love this thing because it's a way that I can get mobility, I can get strength, I can get stability. I really like to mix these skills together in strength and stability. So Crystal, let's go ahead and start you in a reverse plank. So face the other way, reverse plank, right here.
Oh, this way.
There we go. Chris is really good at this, trust me. Okay, so just raise your hips up as high as you can. So what she doing right here is, can we keep this head in a position? This is a spot where everybody has a hard time with. I give the cue like you're pulling that ponytail back, but you can see I'm trying to get her to be relaxed. And then can we bring the chin down a little bit? Can we extend and raise through that chest? Okay, so can those posterior part of the shoulders and your lats get engaged? Okay, feet down, pushing into the ground, and then those knees pushing out. So you can see her shaking a little bit behind right there, breathing. Now drop your hips back, keeping the arms long right here. Now her shoulders come to internal rotation, but can she stay long? Now come all the way back up in the swing set. So keep going back, keep flowing like that. So this is teaching that internal, external rotation in a safe spot, right? A lot of us come up. This helps us groove that and stretch that thoracic spine, lock it in at the same time as your glutes. I talk a lot about your lats, abs, and your glutes being on the same page. Your shoulders, your lats, your abs, and your glutes all need to be on the same page too. Good, go ahead and take a quick rest for me. Awesome. Okay, so that is the chair position, is basically that starting point. So anybody starting out, you're just gonna get your shoulders nice and long. You're gonna sit in that chair. I think about spreading the ground with my toes and pushing my knees out. This is where most people's posture is. They sink into their shoulders. We wanna get those arms nice and long. I think about flexing my biceps into my sides. Okay, so this is just the base chair position, then that eventually leads into sitting right there and hovering. So I also like kind of the push and pull mindset. We use the back side of your shoulders, now we're gonna use the front side of your shoulders. So to get just a little bit of mobility right here, I'm just gonna have you step forward and open up just into that runner's reach right here. So this is an easy place to start. Another way I like those parallettes, just to help us get that range. So raise up into a downward facing dog, raise your right leg, and step forward with your right.
On the outside?
Yep, on the outside, and now raise your right hand to the sky. So just pushing in. So this is that runner's lunge pattern you've seen everybody do. Good, both hands down, step back. Good, step forward again. But really all I've done is we're warming up her shoulders. Okay, she spent that time here where she needs the strength and getting over this posture. Now we're opening it up. So there should always kind of be a yin to the yang with your strength training exercise. Everybody talks about a push day or a pull day. To me, you always got to be doing both. In the real world, I don't go, oh, I'm only going to push today when I'm paddleboarding. I'm only going to pull when I'm gardening or running away from that bear. Good, go ahead and rest. Okay, so easy, we undid that front side. Okay, so Krista did the swing set really easy. Now we're just gonna add a little reach. So she's gonna use her hips the same way and then raise this right arm up. Okay, she's really good at this movement. Can I get nice and long right here? And I think about raising my elbow to the sky. You can see how all those little extra follow throughs really matter. So Krista, let's see what you got. So we're learning how to start in that chair, raise up into that kind of modified reverse plank. This hand comes up, and look how tall she's getting right here. And then if she bends this elbow and thinks about raising this elbow to the sky, it stretches this lat all the way. Go ahead and keep those rocking. This one feels great. And so as I talk about kind of anti-sitting a lot, that's how I use the parallettes, is to get people anti-sitting and get that shoulder working with their wrists. A lot of people have shoulder problems because their wrists and their fingers are all tight. Once we do this stuff all the time, this is forcing us to open and pull up and get long through that thoracic spine and those lats. Hold your next one up. And she's such a stud. Raise one leg for me.
Which leg?
I don't know, figure it out. There you go. Can you do that dip in there? So bend down and then come back up. Yeah. Good, do 2 more of those. I mean, you can bring your right arm down when you come right here. So yeah, bring it into that, yep, perfect. So now I'm just making stuff up to see what she can do. But what I like about this, hold this one up. You can even bring this leg down to the kickstand. Kickstand it, leg long. Oh. There you go. Is that's just getting that opposite shoulder, that opposite hip, and learning how to press. Go ahead and even that out, 3 of those on the other side.
Here.
But once again, working on those shoulders, undoing, you're good. And then add those dips back in there. Woo, okay, good. And try to bring that left elbow into your hip as you pull it down. Nice work, all the way back up. What's crazy is this is some complicated stuff that she can do, but even me as like a 215-pound guy, I can do a lot of this stuff. Go ahead and take a rest. Okay, so we just worked those backside of her shoulders, those backside of her triceps a lot. Now I want to add a little bit of stability back to it. So building up that plank position, a lot of the reason why people have a hard time with the parallettes, what's the first thing that goes? Oh, my grip, my wrist. So many of us are so weak in here. You want to make sure you get your wrist nice and straight, and we don't want to be sunk into those shoulder blades right here. We want to kind of be proactive and getting our lats engaged. Now can you bring this knee high to the outside? Getting a little bit of hip mobility. And as I talked about getting your shoulders, lats, abs, and glutes on the page, now we're gonna tie those things together. Okay, so she's got that good kind of lizard plank mentality. Bring that left leg high to the outside. And when she's in this position, can she get that knee high? Can she squeeze it and also raise that ankle? Good, go ahead and switch sides. All right, so a lot of times I do about 5-second holds right here. Keep those guys going. Nice work. Finish this one and then do the dirty dog on the other side. Good, so in this instance, she's gonna bring her left knee straight in and then raise that leg like a dog on a fire hydrant. Good, drop it back down and switch sides. So gaining that hip mobility, lats engaged, getting this strength, and then tying that back in with our core and the rest of our body. This is real strength. You wanna be more athletic, you wanna be more stable, less injury prone. That's why I love the parallettes. It doesn't have to be all about these heavy loads or anything that's gonna tear up your joints. This is strength training that works with your core and works with your mobility. Good, you can go ahead and rest, Krista. Okay, so now we're gonna get her to show us some cool stuff. All right, so developing some strength, a lot of times I'll do something just simple like this, which is called a polar bear push-up. Can I just bring my elbows in towards my hips and come through right here? So Chris, let's just let you get warmed up. Do 5 polar bears for me. So learning to keep your elbows in and pull towards your midline. So really tuck your head, you're like in a downward facing dog, then almost pull yourself down towards those. Good, and then push back up. So it's kind of like your headstand angle. Okay, so let's go through there again. This is how you build up the strength and how to transition, kind of pushing into the bar, keeping those elbows in, and like I said, squeezing in towards that midline so that our lats are working with this, working with this, working with this. Good, hold your next one for me, Krista. Good, can you come up into that little floating position? Okay, so then it's almost like a crow position. Now extend both legs if you got it. Oh, first try on film. That's all her, I'm spotting her, good thing. So we're gonna let her find her pace, but this is a little bit about how you learn this position. Can you bring one knee in towards your hip? Bring this one down. Good, and then back up. And then pull the other one down. Back up, and pull the other one down. Back up. So these are just a couple of the drills that have helped Krista get to this point. Squeeze all the way up, just hold it right here. This is on you. And then when you need to come down, you come down gracefully. Look at that. Woo! So you get that little bit of head rush, you get that inversion, you got all that kind of stuff. We'll just show you one more of these key skills, but anytime I spend time in this position, I always want to open up afterwards. And you can see instinctively she's doing this. If you're gonna do this gymnastics, if you're gonna do this parallettes, it's very imperative that you get these wrists right, you take care of those shoulders. So the next one we're gonna do is just the idea of a jump through. This is one of those skills that you've seen a lot of people do, but can we go from this push-up position? I talk a lot about those lats. Can I stay engaged as I get through all the way to that reverse plank? As I come back, I want to go into internal rotation, but my arms have to stay long and I have to have the power through my core to help me get there. Another one that Chris is going to make look a lot easier than I do. So let's go ahead and have her start in that plank, that good lizard plank. That gymnastic creates that C curve, so push up a little bit more right here. You could always do that. You feel how your lats come in engaged when you do that? Okay, jump through. So those knees are into the chest, she establishes that long leg plank. Make sure on your heels and your toes are pointed. That's just gonna make her fire her glutes. Then she almost tucks into a ball as she comes back through. Good, back through, let's do about 4 more of those. So this is another one that we warm up. We skill drill skill, but we went just through a quick progression to show you some of these simple skills and how they can complex to other things, right? I fixed a lot of people's shoulders by doing stuff like this, which is a lot more fun than doing banding exercises. Learning this tension at end ranges, learning to sink it in with your core, and learning just how to use your own body weight and space is kind of the most functional training that it is. So when it comes to gymnastics, to me, the parallette's my favorite place to start. Then we can progress to rings and some of the other floor skills. Go ahead and rest, Krista. Give the people a good flex, show them what's up. Show them what's up. That's what's up right there. Look.